As a tour guide at these historic sites, Sarah's been in the very tunnels and trenches that are now hallmark news clips. She has spoken with families of veterans, and she has learned firsthand about the sacrifices that those men and women, regardless of which uniform they wore, made for their countries.
My name is Sarah McIntosh, and I'm a fourth-year student here at UBC's Okanagan campus. And 2 years ago, I was offered the opportunity by Veterans Affairs Canada to work overseas at both the Canadian National War Memorial at Vimy Ridge and the Beaumont-Hamel Newfoundland Memorial on the Somme Battlefield. My family lived in France, and my parents would take myself and my brother and my sister to the beaches of Normandy. There we'd visit the Canadian and American and German cemeteries. I remember thinking that although they were all different, they were all similar in the fact that they were all the final resting places of soldiers who died fighting for their countries. I think most significantly, having the opportunity to work on the Somme and at Vimy Ridge has really changed my perspective on the war effort and has certainly humanized the war for me. I can remember so many chances that I've had to speak with people that have really, I think, shaped my view of war today and shaped my view of commemoration. For example, I can remember one time when I was at Vimy Ridge and there was a tour group of older folks who came in from England, and there was a woman on the tour. She must have been about 90 years old, and she came to me before she went on a tour and she asked, "Would it be possible for you to look up this family member of mine who fought overseas?" And I said, "Yeah, certainly. While you go on your tour, I'll do some research for you and I'll see what I can find." And when she came back in, I was able to find for her like the tombstone, exactly where he was located, in which cemetery, and I printed off all the information for her. And this poor woman, who, like I said, must have been about 90 years old, just broke down in tears because she was so thrilled at the prospect of finally be able to visit this gravesite. My grandfather was a French Canadian, and he fought with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and he was a bomber engineer. And throughout my life, I'd always wondered what his experience was like and how he felt. And I never understood why he didn't talk to my parents about it or talk to my grandmother about it. But through these experiences, I can now understand that the reason why he was never able to vocalize that was because it was so significant, and he couldn't possibly bring back those memories. And through my opportunity being able to spend time on the battlefields in France, I've really come to understand, not only the realities of war, but the emotional turmoil that comes with that. The military history program here at UBC Okanagan, or the courses in military history, are really still in their infancy. And so for me, having the opportunity to go overseas and work both at Vimy Ridge and at the Beaumont-Hamel Newfoundland Memorial has really allowed me to bring back, I think, kind of a new perspective on military history here. And this year we do have a wonderful new course relating to military history, and it's really allowed me to come back and bring back my experiences into that as well. My mission in a lot of ways is to really help youth to understand in Canada why it's so important to continue commemorating, because, like I mentioned, so many feel generationally so far removed. Ultimately, my larger goal would be to pursue a law degree and hopefully to work with either Veterans Affairs Canada or the Department of National Defence. I'd love to work with veterans. That would be a big dream. Alternatively, I would love to be a military historian to teach military history. Unfortunately, he died in 1982 before I was born, but I always wish I would have had the opportunity.